Objective of this video is to understand what is destructuring syntax. Well, a destructuring syntax is an expression that unpacks the values from an array or properties of objects into distinct variables. In simple words, the destructuring syntax will assign values in an array to individual variables in a sequence. The same sequence, the values are present in the array. Now let's take an example here. I have created an array which is having two values, 1 comma 2. Then the next is the destructuring syntax. Let in the square bracket x. Now x will be a variable comma y, which will be the second variable, equal to arr. Now here we are not writing like arr of 0 or something. We are simply writing arr. That means we are assigning all the values from an array in a sequence to the individual variables that are part of destructuring syntax. Now in this case, what will happen? X will be assigned 1 and y will be assigned 2. So the destructuring syntax will assign the values in a sequence the way that are present in an array. Now let's go and see the examples of destructuring syntax. Now here is an example of destructuring. Now in the first example, I have declared variables using let in the brackets a comma b, and their respective values are assigned in form of an array, that is array of two values 10 and 20. Now these values will be individually assigned to variable a and variable b. Then I have printed these values a and b, and you can see the output here. Value of a is 10 and value of b is 20. Now why this happens? This is because the destructuring deconstructs an array from a set of data to the individual variable values, allowing us to access those values from individual elements or variables. Also, while destructuring, we can set a default value to a variable. Now we have extended the earlier version of the arrays, but in this case, x, y, and z. Now here x and y are not having any default values, but z is having a default value is equal to 30. Now this will simply add a comfort for whenever you are destructuring. If you do not have a sufficient number of arrays, you can add a default value. So x will be assigned 10, y will be assigned 20, and z will be having value as 30. And these values are printed here. Now I have given an example of numerical array. We can do the same for other type of arrays as well. But along with arrays, we can deconstruct or destructure the objects as well. So here I have declared a object with first name as Rudra and last name as Tech. Now let's deconstruct this object. So I have assigned this object and then F name, the first name, L name, last name. So the object's individual elements will be assigned to their respective variable values. So the first name is assigned to the first name variable and L name variable is assigned to last name variable, and their respective values will be assigned to these variables, and here these are getting printed. So Rudra Tech. So this is how destructuring works. I hope you have understood the video. Thank you. Do subscribe.